question one, what three things are likely to make you apply for a job advert? I'd say the first one would be social engagement within the job post. So if I see a post on LinkedIn, for example, that's incredibly lengthy, not very straightforward, doesn't have maybe even any interaction with who it's being sort of targeted at, I'm much less likely to look at it because it hasn't struck my interest straight away. That being said, if it was a job I was specifically interested in, I might have a read through it, but if I was just scrolling through LinkedIn, probably wouldn't spark my interest and make me want to read more about the job. Another thing would be jobs that don't make it clear what the actual responsibilities and skills they're looking for. For example, similar to the last one, if there's a very lengthy paragraph about what the job's like, the office you'll be working in, the environment, and not actually addressing straight away the job you'll be doing, I'm far less likely to be interested because it hasn't sparked my interest straight away. I would also say a fast application process. If I've applied to a job and I have to go through screen test after screen test and a personality test, submit lots of different documents, all for an initial process, I'm much less likely to carry on with it because unless I'm 100% committed from the start, it would make me lose interest and sort of would be a bit off-putting, I think, with the job. Obviously, very happy to do that once I've spoken to someone or sparked more interest with the opportunity. But initially, I find that can be really off-putting. I know, speaking from friends of mine that have been applying for jobs, a really lengthy application can be really off-putting for a job because you think if you're doing this much application at the start, how much more are you going to be doing afterwards? Question two, how do you search for jobs and what platforms do you use? I'd say the main platform when looking for a job for me would be LinkedIn. I've found that to be the most effective and most sort of up-to-date, I'd say. When I've used job websites previously, they've been often really out of date, like contact numbers, trying to reach people that have advertised the job. It can be really hard to do so. Again, a long application process on a website. You get through to the actual website where the job's been posted and it's out of date. I just don't really like using advertisement websites. LinkedIn I find really effective because you can see the company, you can see who's posted it, you can see how long ago it's been posted. Chances are it's recent, and if it's not, probably not to apply there. And I just in general find LinkedIn a far more effective use. What have you found to be the biggest challenge when applying for a job so far? I'd say the biggest challenge with applying has been lack of feedback. So it can be really off-putting and disheartening when you apply for a job and you get rejected, which is fine, I understand that happens, but you don't get a reason for rejection, so you have no idea how to improve what you didn't do right, or what you did do right, you have no sort of base to go off of that. So that's a real challenge for me, not knowing what I've done wrong, because when it comes to the next job, especially if you're applying for a very similar job, you could have done something that could have been a really easy fix, but you don't know what it is and you can't change it for the next one. I think that would probably be the biggest challenge for me.